For Teen Wisdom Tuesday. Today I'm going to share with you the one thing that parents need to know about their teens that no one is telling you. I know in our culture we love to warn each other about the teenage years. Say, look out, wait till they're a teenager. And it is a time where some people really dread what will happen because we all know lots of things about teenagers, that they can be moody and unpredictable and they're risk takers and they kind of go crazy because of their hormones. And I really want you to know that we sometimes set ourselves up for failure when we are looking for those things. So try this experiment with me. I want you to just take a minute and look around the space around you and look for everything that's blue. So go ahead and take a minute. I'm going to do it too. I'm going to look around and notice everything that is blue. Okay, so if you did that, now I want you to close your eyes for a minute and tell me everything in the room that's red. Go ahead, close your eyes and just think in the room around you what was red. And if you're feeling like, I don't know, you asked me to look for the blue things. That's exactly what happens when we set ourselves up to look for certain kinds of behavior with our teens. We find it, and what we're missing is all of those things about our teens that can be wonderful and incredible. One of them is the way they can think about things differently than we can. Now, I know this is challenging because often it feels like they're challenging our authority, they're challenging who we are as a parent, they are telling us we're wrong, they don't want to hear our advice, they tell us we're stupid. And all of those things are really challenging. They absolutely are, especially when we're trying to be the parent. But here is the one thing that I really want you to know about teenagers and the teenagers who are in your life, and it's this. Our teenagers give us contrast. They bring up things about life, about our lifestyle, about ourselves and our own habits, and they shine a big light on them, and it can be really uncomfortable because they see how we're living our life and they are pointing out all the things that are a mismatch between what we say and what we do, and what we say we believe and what we end up doing in our families, and how we treat them and how we treat ourselves. Now, I know that this is one of the most challenging things about raising teens, is that they seem to throw some things right in our face. But when that happens, we have a choice. We can see it as an opportunity to recognize what's happening in a new way and to make a change, and to recognize that instead of just seeing it as teenage defiance or questioning authority, we can see it as an opportunity to grow. Now, does that mean that our teens are always saying these things in a kind, positive way? Absolutely not. So we still need to parent them through how they can be a respectful, compassionate member of our family, but also really understand that they might have something really powerful that their behavior is showing us about ourselves that gives us an opportunity. And here's the biggest example that comes up for so many parents, and it's that as parents, we are capable in our lives. We clearly have managed to feed ourselves and our children, and we're raising this family, and that takes a lot of proficiency in life. And so what we want to do is give our teens advice. But most of the time, that's the last thing they want. They do not want our advice because they are really wanting to figure things out on their own. And so this is really humbling and challenging because we think, but I'm your parent, like this is my job to advise you. And really, our job is to love them and get curious about what they think and what they believe, and ask them if they would like some advice. And really finding their permission opens up this magical door where they are much more receptive, because we all know that giving advice to someone who does not want it actually further creates a barrier between you and them. And so I really want you to take this in today and spend a little bit of time thinking about, what is your teen showing you about yourself that could be an area where you could grow and you could step in and let go of what you believed your role was or who you were and step into something much bigger. And that's really stepping into the power of being a loving, curious present and coming alongside your teen to really help them figure out life, rather than put yourself in the position of advising them when they just don't want it. Okay, I would love to see your comments on this. Does it make sense? Does this resonate with you? Have you seen an example in your life where you're like, oh, I totally see it now? Go ahead and post in the comments. I would love to hear how this is hitting your heart this morning. Okay, until next week, be well.